Good afternoon, everyone. I will call the Thursday, February 24th, 2022 special selectmen meeting to order. It is 4:01 p.m. All three selectmen are present, and we will move forward with budget reviews, discussion, revisions, possible action, etc. It's basically, we're going to be covering the entire budget. I will bring up my screen. My thought would be that we would just go department by department. What do you guys think? How would you like to handle this? I was just kind of thinking of following the budget book. But I mean, if there's something that you don't see any changes in, we can just move forward. But because of the new software, I think that might be the easiest thing. But Ken, what are yours and Suzanne's thoughts?
I'm fine with just quickly scrolling through.
Okay.
From the beginning, I'm good with it.
That way we don't miss something. That's good. Suzanne, you're muted.
Sorry.
I could see what you said.
I'm fine with that. We always received a page that kind of summarized the total budgets and what the percentage rate was, what the impact was on. We're not going to have that page anymore, are we?
No, all you're going to have is the data. Let me just pull it up. You're going to have those two data points. You're going to have the graph. You're going to have the budgeted, the expenditures versus the income and what's needed for tax revenue. I mean, it's not going to be like it was before.
No, and I understand that. I'm trying to kind of think about that in my head, what I would like to see. And I kind of want to see where we're at before we do anything.
Okay, what do you mean where we're at?
Based on where we are, what the increases are showing.
The grand total and what the impact on the mill rate and the.
I have that ready for you.
Excellent.
All right, whoops, I'm doing the wrong thing. Give me a second. I got to pull up my screen. Okay, so just moving right in to show you what I did was I took the department head proposed budget. I saved it. I copied it and saved it. Everything that was proposed by the department heads is in that budget. That'll be something that just to give you guys, so you understand, that'll be saved. The selectmen's board of selectmen's proposal will be saved. We'll continue to work off of this original budget, this piece right here. That's the one we'll continue to work off of. But it's a duplicate. This was a duplicate of that. I did get new numbers in from the school last night, or actually this morning. They have not voted on their budget. So Melinda sent me a message just so that we would have sort of a solid number. She sent me a message this morning. I just got to find it here. Their budget stands at $19,873,192. It's a 3.94% increase. A lot of that is the fuel budget because of the uncertainties in the market. And that's something that we're going to have to think of. Initially, Orla had suggested that we put in a 15% increase. But right now, the way the market is, the school is looking at a 70% increase. So that will be something we might want to consider increasing, but we'll get to that line item. I just want to give you guys that heads up. So as you can see from budgeted total expenditures, this includes all of the capital requests, every single capital request, and we can go back to that so you can see what the capital requests were again. The projected total revenues are 9 million. And then this is the projected deficit that has to be raised in taxes. Let me just do a quick calculation. Off of that, oops. So the current mill rate is 24.95. This budget as proposed, just the way it is right now, would bring the mill rate to 25.24.
25.924.
24.95 was the current mill rate. With this budget, with the projected deficit that needs to be raised in taxes, would bring the mill rate to 25.24. So less than a mill rate, less than one
So
mil.
point three.
Yep.
And that's our budget, or does that include the school as well?
That includes the school. That's everything. I'll be honest, there was an increase to the grand list. And that had already been brought to my attention that there potentially could be a heftier or a little bit more to work with based on the grand list increase.
Yeah, so the number you're giving us is, see, the Board of Finance is gonna ask for the number based on the current grand list because of the reval, what the adjustment would
The
be.
reval was 2 years ago. The reval was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right, you're right.
So this is new builds. We have several developments going up in town. Our assessor has worked very diligently to make sure that land values are being assessed properly. And he's come through for us in a good way. He's worked hard to do his job.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
He's very diligent. He goes out onto the road, into the field every week. Every week he's going out on inspections, and he's really doing a phenomenal job. So he's doing his job.
Good. All right, let's jump into this.
All right. Oops. Oh, Amy, wait, I'm not patient enough. All right, so general government. Board of Finance, and forgive me, everything is a drop down. And I'm going to just scroll it over to what was proposed. Give me a minute here. Okay, these are the line items that you can see where there's, I could open up that thumbs up, thumbs down. This is for the secretary for the Board of Finance.
Amy, before we get going, can we take out any increases like that were non-contractual?
You wanna
We
do that
haven't
for
decided
everyone, or
on any-
can we just say, because it's line after line up, you really want me to go through every single
Okay,
line?
so let's just talk about, we did not decide on an increase yet.
Right,
No, there's a contractual increase of 1.75 for the union, correct?
right.
But we
And the
did not-
secretaries don't fall under the union.
Right, and we did not discuss a percentage.
Do we want to hash that out right now, knowing what we know about? What are you, I don't know, where are you going with that?
The contract for the union people is the contract. That's that, they agreed upon that, and I don't want to get into that. But I think for the non-union individuals, we should be looking at a higher percentage of an increase.
Okay.
I mean, I would not be. Like 2.5 to me is too low, but I'm gonna throw that out there.
Okay.
Ken,
They got nothing the year before, correct?
they got a small increase last year. What was it?
They got 2.5 last year. The union got nothing last year.
Yeah,
Because
the year before.
the previous year they got 2%.
And the non-union didn't get anything.
Correct.
The year before.
The year before. So last year, the union got, so both parties have had a year where they got no increases.
Okay, but the union contracts and negotiates for that, but the non-union people got nothing the year before, and that last year, what did they get? 2.5, was it?
They got 2.5, which was 0.5% more than the union. I mean, I don't know. I know the contract is a contract. We're living in unprecedented times where I know I just went to the grocery store when I got here to North Carolina. And I spent a tremendous amount of money just for a couple days, just to sustain me for a couple of days while I'm here. And I spent $200. And
Yeah,
I was
easy.
kind of like appalled.
And that's like milk and eggs.
Yeah, pretty much.
The union is what it is. So I'm looking
know.
at that totally separate. They have other perks and whatever they
I know.
decide that's, but our non-union people, I feel like I feel like they're not always taken care of.
But
And
if
we
you
never
remember,
ever meet what, what
you
the actual
remember-
COLA is.
Rainey advocated, did he advocate? He advocated for the union people.
Yes, he did. But
He
the-
advocated for the union.
Yeah. I mean, I think if Rainey's included in that 2.5%, he's gonna be a little upset. Not that he's not the governing authority, but
No.
I know
no,
that he's
and
gonna
and
be
I'm not-
upset if he gets 2.5 and then the union people don't get 2.5.
Well, I would be, hard pressed to hold my decision to that reason.
I know.
This is.
You don't
this
have
is
to work with him.
Ken, what are your thoughts?
All right, going back, I mean, the people that usually get hit the hardest are I'm getting away from, is our secretaries, those type of people.
Right.
Because whether it's 2%, 1%, whatever it is, when you're making basically nothing, you're talking pennies versus
Right.
a full-time employee that's 35 hours a week, anyway. So their percentages go up. So, doing the secretaries and the ones that are doing, they work 5-10 hours a week, usually they get very shortchanged, especially the recording secretaries. And we've had our challenges with recording secretaries. But when you get back to the union is the union. It was negotiated.
Yep.
That's luck of the draw, as much as I hate to say it. I was a union person. Sometimes we got it, sometimes we didn't, sometimes it was deferred, over the years, but it was part of getting a raise, keeping your job, etc. And it's the way it went. And of course, there's a lot of benefits, which your pension and that type of stuff that you contribute to. So it's usually the ones that are not part of any of that that really get shortchanged, and because they're working for pennies.
Right.
But we had the year that what was it? The union got 2 and the employees got 0. If I
Okay.
remember correct. Okay, then the year after, what was it, Amy?
Well,
following-
right, the following year was last year. I thought you were talking
Right.
about a couple years before this even.
Now,
'Cause that
No,
would
I'm
set a
talking-
precedent.
Last year was 2.5, Ken.
And the union got nothing.
and the union got nothing. So
Right.
so your department heads, et cetera, got a 0.5% more,
Right.
in this past year where the union got nothing. And what
You
was it?
know
Was it at
any-
2%?
Do you have any precedents, Ken, of a time or multiple times where the union might have got something that the department heads didn't get?
I think you need to look at it. The union, like Ken said, they negotiate. They have the ability to negotiate and communicate for themselves. The non-union do not. And you got to look at them separately and not compare the two, is my opinion.
Okay.
The union has a contract. The non-union people do not. The union gets other perks. The non-union don't. So we need to really look at that separately and not
Okay.
compare them. That's my opinion.
Do you agree with that, Ken?
Well, I agree with that.
Okay,
The union is
All
the
right.
union.
I know.
Uh,
And I look at it as people.
Oh, no,
But
and
you're
I
right.
do,
I
but, you know,
know,
I
I
was,
know.
But if we want to talk about the union people afterwards, we can. But right now on the table, I'd like to talk about our non-union and what percentage we think is fair.
Well, I think the interesting thing that Ken was pointing out is that the lower pay scale. I mean, maybe we could offer the secretaries even like a 3%, and then maybe the department heads 2.5 or something. Just to really show our gratitude for, especially, I mean.
But Amy, that says that you
But I
don't
know Donnie-
value, that might say that you don't value your department heads.
But I do.
Oh, I know, but it
I
does
know.
send a mixed message.
as a whole, usually your department heads do get the same, the employees usually, as a whole, it's always been that the employee, whatever the union got, your
Right.
department heads got.
Yeah,
Unless the
right.
department head was way underpaid.
right.
You know, like we brought up the town clerk and the assessor to bring them up on an equal scale.
Mhm.
You know, so you made an adjustment, or, you know, you're hiring, you know, it could be the highway director, it could be the new finance director, whatever it may be. But usually your department, your heads of your department would get the same thing as the regular employees. Like I said, the non-employees, while they may get the 1.75 or whatever the union is getting, their increase is basically, literally, it's pennies when you're, you know, 5 hours a month, 10 hours a month at best for recording secretaries or whatever it may be. So if you gave them, you know, 3% or 2.5% rate, whatever you decide to give, you know, to propose to them, it really amounts to nothing in the budget because it's pennies. It literally is.
What would you say is fair? Ken or Amy?
Sorry, I was muted because I was coughing.
Oh.
And then I was trying to talk and I was still muted. I would. Well, this is something you've brought up. What do you think is fair, Suzanne? You think the 2.5?
Well, I threw out 2.5 at a minimum. I mean, 3% is kind of an average, and I don't think our employees have gotten that percentage of a pay increase in a while. I don't think that's ridiculous. I think that's still under, I think it's still not enough, but somewhere between 2.5 and 3% is what I'm proposing. Ken, what are your thoughts?
Well, like I said, that, you know, especially your recording secretaries, a couple of people that are just working like a few hours a week, you know, I got no problem with, you know, 2.5% because they earn it. They earn it because we're not putting anything out there for benefits. There's nothing that's going out there other than, you know, workers' comp and that type of stuff. You know, they're not part of the municipal retirement program unless they get over 20 hours and over.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's the way, you know, I don't have an issue with that. And I'm going to throw a little something out there too. I mean, this is going to be a contested budget, especially the directions that we're headed with the current inflation and what's going on at the, you know, the national and world level. Nobody knows where any of this stuff is going right now.
Right.
This is going to be scary times with inflation, and it works, you know, both ways. I can see, you know, trying to compensate the employees because of the inflation rate, but in the same token, you also got to look back at your senior citizens, the people that are on fixed incomes, and they're getting hit with the inflation rate as well. And if their taxes go up, they've got nothing much coming in to, you know, offset it. So,
And they
I
did
mean,
get, a lot of them got a 5.9% increase. Which doesn't amount to much in the whole scheme of things, 5.9%, because every time they get a little bit ahead in their Social Security, there's always a a way that it equals out. They reduce,
Well,
they pay more in rent, or they lose their, some of their other entitlement programs. So, but 5.9%.
Well, they end up paying. Yeah, they get that and then they end up costing more for the Medicare. And it's
That's what
offset.
I'm saying. They lose, they
lose
never
it.
get ahead. But they did get a very big increase compared to years
Yes.
past.
But your Medicare costs have gone up. So
That's what I just said. The other entitlement programs, they never get ahead. It's, something else goes up, their rent goes up, their food stamps go down, their whatever. So, but just the same, back to this topic, you said 2.5 is fair with you?
Yeah, I can live with it.
I'm going to jump in and say, I'm good with 2.5 for anybody who's a part-time worker. Or even 3 for the part-time workers. I would like to see the department head stay at 1.75, only because we worked really hard during the last contract negotiations to create an equitable, where it wasn't us against them. And I think it would be a slap in the face to our union workers, because we did all the negotiations entirely together as a team. Where it wasn't, the attorneys weren't involved, the union representative wasn't involved. And if we come through, and I'm just thinking, I think it just would be bad, because the whole idea of doing the negotiations the way we handled them was to create a unified town hall where it wasn't the union employees against the department heads. And I'm fearful that if we give the department heads more, it's just not good relations. And I'm okay. I agree with it for those who don't qualify for the retirement program. And that's the only reason I'm coming. I understand. I agree. I mean, there's inflation and I would like to do more, but I think the whole idea was that we were going to build a better unit, and we were going to build a town hall that we all work together and there wasn't animosity. And I just think this might sacrifice that.
So if I can say, if you give the part-time people 3% and you give the department heads 1.75, the union may feel satisfied with that, but the department heads may not. And you may create that animosity and that friction.
Well, then keep it 1.75 across. We're talking about people that don't get any other benefits. That would be the reason that we do it.
I understand that, yeah.
And there's not that many part-time workers. There's really like almost
There
none.
isn't. You're actually talking
The secretaries.
the secretaries, our custodian, people like that are just,
Right, Pete
2 hours a
would
week.
Pete would fall under it. Maybe the
Yep.
registrars would fall under it.
Board of Assessment Appeals.
Board of Assessment Appeals.
So 1.75 for the department heads, union stays the same, and part-time workers, anyone under how many hours?
Under 20.
Under
under
20?
20.
Is that 3%?
20, it's 19.999.
Okay, is that 3%?
That would be 3%.
I'm okay with that. If you feel that's not going to create friction.
I don't think it would, because their salaries are so nominal anyways, like Ken pointed out. I mean, that struck a chord with me. That even the 3% on a $5,000 salary,
Yeah,
what does that come out to be?
Yeah.
It's
$15
nothing.
bucks?
$150.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm
Won't
fine
even
with
feel
that.
it.
If that's a consensus, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, $150. So do we want to make that as a motion?
Do we need to make it as, I don't think we need to make it as a motion.
I thought we did. Or we just make
Well,
the
no,
changes?
mark it down as one of your increases,
Okay.
and then we just vote all on it after.
All at the end.
You can
Thank
do
you,
it that
Ken.
way, yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
go mix the water, but I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll have to go through all those after and add those in. I won't do it right now. All right, we'll wait for Suzanne to get back. All right. So, yep, you have something, Ken?
I mean, if we have a couple, sometimes in some of the hirings that we have, we do have people that come in. They may be just coming out of their working test period, or, you know, they haven't been with us that long, you know, less than a year, et cetera. So depending on how they're, and then I'm talking non-union people unless it's union personnel, but if you hire any department head or somebody of that nature, sometimes we have, whatever the salary may be, they may come in, you know, they haven't even worked a year yet, they're getting the benefit stuff. You may want to forego a pay increase there because, and pick it up on the following year. You know, if somebody's been with us for 3 months, and I'm just throwing, and I'm
Yeah.
not even sure, but I'm just throwing it out
No.
for conversation.
I don't
that-
think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody that's part-time that's been with us for 3 months.
I'm talking even full-time. I'm talking full-time.
Oh, and I'm not
I'm
even
not
sure
so
about.
much worried about,
I'll think about it, but I don't think there's anybody. Marie's on the call. Marie could tell me maybe. I don't think I'm missing anybody. All right. So moving on. So we were at Board of Finance. We know what we potentially will do with the secretary. Should I change that to 3% now? Or sorry, 3%, right?
well, we're
Sorry.
gonna vote on it at the end.
Okay, so I'll
And
make the
if you-
change.
You can kind of do it
You want me to
afterwards,
make the changes later? And then get
Yeah,
back to you
there's
at the next meeting?
and then have them at
Yeah,
the
there's
next
gonna be a
meeting.
lot of item changes.
Okay.
That's gonna take some time.
Okay, so you don't mind not having that solid number when we leave today?
Not at
No,
all.
because we'll know it, and then you gotta go back and reconfigure and see how it all balances out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is the software does that for me. So, all right, so,
Well, yeah,
so we're on the Board of Finance budget. We're at financial and accounting, which is the auditing fees. So 29 for the auditing, legal was 500. Advertising 300, printing and publication 1,200. Other services, office supplies 50. So that's the whole budget for the Board of Finance. Let me just bring it over so you can see what we've done in the past. It was let's see, it was like a 0% increase. It's what we've had. Any thoughts on the Board of Finance?
No, I wouldn't touch their budget.
No. Ken, are you good with the Board of Finance budget?
yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Okay. All right, moving on to Board of Selectmen. This is something I made a slight change, but I want obviously you both to approve of it. This is something every year it gets put out to the first and second the second and third selectmen as whether or not they're good with their salary. I'm proposing a $1,000 increase to your stipend. You can either agree with it and we can go back or meet in the middle. I just thought it was time that the time that you both put in be acknowledged. I think at one time it used to be 5,000, somebody told me. I could be wrong.
It was 5,000. Oh, that goes back to probably, it was changed.
I think it was my first year on the Board of Finance.
It was Sally, Larry, and, oh God, Kathy, and
Hyatt. Hyatt.
Kathy,
Oh,
that's when it changed.
So maybe it was the year before I was on the Board of Finance, because that would go back 8, 9 years. But I remember that
Yeah.
happening.
They did it due to the economic times at that time.
okay.
Okay, so that was a campaign thing that they had done back then, with that, and everything stayed frozen until,
Mhm.
well, up until, what was it, the last year or the year before? Until anything in the selectmen salaries had changed.
Well, I
And
know the selectman's salary hasn't changed since I've been in the office, which will be 4+ years now.
It was increased right before you.
Oh, was it
For
just
election,
before? Was it
yeah.
under 4,000 at one point then?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, board, I thought you were talking selectmen.
No,
first
no, I'm
selectmen.
sorry. If I said
No,
first selectman,
No, it
forgive me, I
hasn't
meant the
changed in
selectmen.
years. It hasn't changed in years. Like Ken was saying, that was at least 8 or 9 years ago.
So,
If you
I
want to
make-
leave it in, Board of Finance can take it out, or take it out, I'm fine either way.
I would really advocate for it, for those two positions.
I'm not gonna argue one way or the other on this. The Board of Finance is there. That would be an argument,
Right.
that can be made during, budget deliberations, whether or not that an increase should be done or not.
I agree.
And let the Board of Finance make the ultimate decision.
Right. All right. So moving on in that category. Everything else, I believe stayed the same. Annual and special town meeting. Marie had calculated would stay at 3,000, so no increase there. Town dues and membership was down slightly. Let me see, I think I've got detail on that. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, CCM, NECOG is in here. Chamber of Commerce, Thompson Business Association. So those are the items. I think it was our population went down slightly, so NECOG might have been down slightly. Everything else stayed the same with the Chamber of Commerce and the Thompson Business Association. So those
Yeah,
are
it's all
those.
based on per capita.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's it. This is a non-applicable. That's just an extra line item that I probably should hide because it doesn't have anything. All right, so that is the selectmen's budget, the Board of Selectmen's budget. Any thoughts? Are we good with this one?
We're good.
Okay, Suzanne, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry. A lot of.
What does that little E mean? Does that mean it's been edited? What does that mean on
The
the?
these that it was edited by the departments from what was initially plugged in.
Oh, okay.
So what initially Orla pulled over from last year's budget was edited at some point. In the
Alright.
case of, yeah, so everything's had some type of edits for the most part. Okay, first selectman.
So I have a, something that I've thought long and hard about that I would like to propose. And I think it would go under first selectman at this point. It could go, I'm not sure exactly where it would fit in or if it would be a whole new budget category. But I would like to propose that we put a town administrator into this year's budget. I'd like to propose that we reduce the first selectman's salary by 10,000 to 50,000 for the first year. And then after that, it would just be a board of selectmen. So maybe first selectman would be a $10,000 line budget salary. I mean, and then the administrator would handle the day-to-day operations in the town hall and running the town.
Okay, well, it's certainly been talked about. It was in a plan at some point quite a few years back. I think probably back to 2010 that was one of the goals.
Yeah, I've been asked repeatedly if that's something we're going to do. Have we considered it? And I think it's time. I really feel it's time.
Are you thinking like I've thought that the first selectman would, nothing changes. In fact, I reached out to the town attorney just to counsel with him on it, probably about a year or so ago, a year and a half ago. No, I guess about a year ago. And it's just as simple as creating a new position in town, just like the HR director. The Board of Selectmen still maintains control over decisions that happen in town. They still set the course for the town. the town administrator would just handle the day-to-day operations,
Correct.
which I can honestly see is a benefit, because it's really hard to come in as an elected representative and run a town. Most of the time, yeah, we have some seasoned individuals, but sometimes it's somebody that's newer like me. And there's a challenge with learning everything new. It would be good for consistency. It would be good for the management of the entire, not just the town hall, but the entire town. So I see benefit in that.
There's stability, there's a lot of positives. Moving the town forward in a direction with somebody that that's their job, is their primary job, is
Right.
to manage the town and to increase the tax base with industry and to deal with all the, and that revolving door of every 2 years, somebody new could be coming in, or we have somebody for 4 years, or it's that this is their background, this is their profession. There's no political
Right.
tint or anything to what their objectives are. And they answer to the Board of Selectmen. I think this is where we're at with this town.
All right. How about this? Leave it this year the way it is. And our election cycle is basically a year and a half away.
No, I think,
So
I
I'm
don't
not
agree.
there,
I
because
think
then
we
it
need to get
becomes
someone in to
political,
get it set in place before the next
No, no.
election.
exactly, and get that
Yes,
person so
exactly.
that they
That's what
are
I'm talking
familiar
about.
with the operations and everything.
Okay, I'm
Well,
talking
before
about
the next election.
you.
I would
Go
say
ahead, Ken,
put
I'm
it in,
sorry.
let the Board of Finance cut it if they want to.
Oh, all right, but if you plan it to do it, we're currently in the cycle we're in right now. We do our budget, it stays as the first selectman. In the meantime, we start working towards the town managers. So when the next budget cycle comes up a year from now, we know that at that July 1st, we will have a town manager in place that we will be hiring. So when you have your next Board of Selectmen running for that following November, everybody knows exactly what's going on. And
Well,
it'll be
my next suggestion would be that we change the ordinances to a 4-year Board of Selectmen term. Once we have a town administrator in place, and I would strongly urge we put it in this budget, so that person has time to acclimate. Plus, we're gonna have a new financial person in place, that those two will work together nicely. If we hire the right individual, they will hopefully have the background and experience that will, bring this town forward. But I think that we would be foolish to wait. I really do. I think it becomes a little bit more political if we're waiting.
During an election
I
cycle.
think we need to do what's in the best interest of the town right now. And I really strongly feel that this is the direction that we need to go. So I don't even, my suggestion is that we put a town administrator in. It has to be an administrator, not a manager. That we.
Yes, it does.
Yes, according to the ordinance, is it, or the?
It's because we're not a charter
We're not a
town.
charter, yeah.
correct. We're not a
That we
charter town.
reduce the first selectman's salary to 50,000, just to offset it a little bit. That we include that position. I did a little bit of research, and the salary for those positions is all over the place, anywhere from 60,000 to, I think the highest was about 150,000 that I saw.
Mhm. Okay.
I would say I would say
can-
we put in, I think we need a little bit more. Is that something we could research a little bit more?
Yeah, Michelle, I could have Michelle research it even.
That would be awesome. And can we reach out to Putnam and find out, they have a town administrator, what salary range did that individual start at?
Okay.
Well,
she's also an engineer.
And that's what we need, is those, grant writing, engineer, those kind of skills to bring in, administrative skills.
Yep. Suzanne, I'm
have no-
a huge fan of this. I think it's fantastic. I thank you for bringing it up. I think it'll bring continuity, consistency at a time when the Thompson is on the cusp of really, really growing. And we are, there is potential. There is potential for commercial growth, industrial growth, and on top of all of the housing developments. And they're going to need services, and they're going to need a town administrator that's versed, that's that really just knows how to manage a town, and to help see some of these projects through. So that's just my opinion.
And I think that in the last 2 years and working forward, this Board of Selectmen have really taken this town in the right direction and prepared for this time. I just feel like, you know, we've really made some great positive changes
Yeah.
that have paved the way for this.
Ken, you were going to
Oh,
speak. I'm sorry.
I don't
go ahead.
disagree. I think a town administrator is definitely the way to go. The question is how do we implement it and the timing schedule? That's going to be the topic of discussion.
Absolutely. I just
That's
really
the
believe that
biggest one.
right now is that if we're going to do it, this would be the time where we could accomplish it. We can make it happen unless the Board of Finance cuts it.
And that's up to them.
That's a possibility. It is up to them.
I gotta take
Absolutely.
notes on this.
All right. So I've written that in as a possibility. Well, we'll vote on it but it would settle somewheres in, I think, in the first selectman.
I
line.
thought that.
Because that's where the HR director.
I
is
think
made.
what would happen is the selectmen would become a budget of three. Three, you know, salaried or people with their stipends, but not this first year. I think the first selectman should still maintain the number of hours that you're putting in now, so that you can help work with that town administrator for the transition.
And the Board of Selectmen line item in the budget would become all three selectmen.
Exactly.
This might become administration.
First
instead of first
selectman
selectman.
would be the town administrator, yes.
Right, or we would just
that
say
be their budget.
administration.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
So you
All
would,
right. Of
first
course.
selectman would actually move into Board of Selectmen, yes.
I will say prior
I
to
mean,
what.
whenever you
Yep, go ahead, Ken, I'm sorry.
No, but whenever you put on the town administrator, your salary structure changes.
Mhm.
Because the
Right.
money that the first selectman would be getting goes to the administrator, and like you were saying, now you've got a board of three that are all on the equal, same footing. Or
Well, you still
depending
have
on what
first,
the other
second,
towns
third,
do, maybe the first selectman, maybe a tad higher, not a lot, but a tad higher
Right.
based on some of the responsibilities. But you make those adjustments. But working towards a town administrator, I have no problem with that. I think it's the way to go.
Well, it's certainly been discussed in the past multiple times by both parties, I think.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. Just to point out, I did talk to Melinda about the HR salary on the school side, because Michelle is paid through the school. Their department heads get 3%. So I did have to add that into our portion of her salary, just to give you that heads up. Do we need to vote on that, do you think? Because that wasn't what was initially presented. Ken or Suzanne?
What do you mean, vote on it? At the end, well, we can add, we need to make a note of that, and
Do we have to at the end? Is that one of those things? I mean, it's just, it's comes from the school, because that's.
it's on their side,
It's on their side, but we give them money towards her salary.
but we still give them the same percentage, or we give them the whatever it is plus 3%. Is that what you're saying?
Right, exactly. So it's a change from what was
So it's gonna
presented
show
at
a
a previous
3%
meeting.
increase.
So,
If they're hired by the school, then the school is giving
Correcting
the, correct, and we're getting, whatever our fair share is.
So
What
we don't
is the
check-
current salary?
what's that, 60?
It's at 60. And
Yeah.
how is the
Wow.
the sharing with the breakdown of days and stuff, work?
I
Is
think
it
it's working. Yep,
Oh,
I think it's
think
working.
she's doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. She's doing a good job. But is it looking at the workload between the two with the overall cost? and I'm looking at the budget no matter what, is it really 2/3 for the school, 1/3 for the town? And then you adjust it, whatever her salary and costs are. That's the only thing I'm asking, because you're looking at, I don't know how many employees at the school versus how many employees at the town. That's
Right.
all. I'm just throwing that out.
No, I can see where you're coming from with that, but I think it was the choice not to split hairs over who does what, because there are times where she might come in for a meeting on a day where she should be at the school, and this is just the way it was booked out last year, and I wouldn't fudge with it. So, but that's just my opinion. Suzanne, did you have a thought?
Sorry, I was distracted in the background. Bill just came home and the dogs were being loud and I
About
missed
the
that.
division about the HR director's
I
salary.
think if it's working, don't break it. I think if we're happy with it and she's happy with it, then
Yeah, I think Ken was addressing the division of the salary itself. Because it's 50-50, but
I think there may be weeks that she does more here and weeks that she does more there. And there's
Well,
time that- I think if it's
The one-
working, we shouldn't mess with it.
in the end, we're all one budget.
Exactly.
Oh. But,
That's
record-
just thoughts. I don't have a problem.
yep, no, I agree. I can see where you're coming from that and I appreciate it. Recording secretary, recording clerk, then travel. These were all numbers that, we actually reduced a lot of the line items.
Yep.
Advertising stayed the same. I don't think this is really significant. If you want to look over the numbers
No.
again, but everything was either the same or less. On the rest of this.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Am I muted? No.
Nope, you're not.
Okay.
Data processing.
Oh, what did we have in there?
We had a big increase due to some of the software packages. Data processing and supplies stayed the same, training stayed the same, professional services, let me open that one up. Was Zoom,
Right.
can't live without that now. Canva, the shredding service, which we may not need anymore.
What is it with the cost of shredding? It's ridiculous.
Oh, it was a lot, and we ended up really fighting because they were trying to charge us a lot more last year. We, Rich was able to acquire through Moffrey a giant shredder. And I think potentially we could take, it's only $400, but I think we could remove that.
He was able to what? Acquire a giant shredder?
Acquire this giant shredder that shreds documents like really fast. Lynn was using it because that's the big thing when it comes
Yeah.
to a certain year and you get approval to shred documents, there's files and files of documents. that
Yes,
need to
I'm
be
I'm
shredded.
going through that at one of my properties right now, and the quote that we got was like $400.
Yeah.
That's why I said, what is it with the cost of shredding? That's ridiculous.
We could either just keep this the way it is, or we could make the adjustment and take out the 400 with the anticipation of moving the shredder that's currently at the Public Works facility and switching out and giving them our smaller shredder for the things that they need shredding for. But I'll leave that up to you guys.
I don't know that it's gonna have a big
We, at
impact.
the town hall, we definitely do more shredding
Right,
between all of the departments, and they, based on the time frames, they request documents. The state allows them to be shredded, and if we've got a good shredder there, it's gonna be used mostly, move it up to the town hall, move the small one down to the highway
Yeah.
garage, we can eliminate the $400.
does that sound good?
So you're advocating
would.
take it out? Is that what I was, or
I'm
Yeah,
advocating to
I take
remove
it
the
out.
cost for shredder.
I personally, I would keep it in just in case
Okay.
there's any sort, it's not a big deal. It's not gonna have a big impact, but maybe there's some sort of connection or some sort of maintenance that goes along with hooking up a big shredder. I don't know.
Yeah,
So right for now, I wouldn't bother to take it out. It's not gonna have an impact.
okay. I'm fine with that.
Well, $400
We'll
for the
see.
part-timers wage increase.
Let's make a note of it. We can
All
take it
right.
out. It's not a problem either, as long as we can It doesn't, it's not that, I get what you're saying, Ken, so take it out if you want. Leave it in, it's $400.
Scott Antonson had really advocated for that last year. I'm gonna make note. It's something we can visit. I'll give Scott a call tomorrow. And I'll talk to Kelly at the garage to get their thoughts. I know Lynn thought it was fabulous. It was a great shredder. So I'll talk to Lynn and Scott tomorrow. And I'll get
Lynn-
sort of a
Lynn said
thumbs
it
up or
worked
a
great.
thumbs down.
I saw Lynn yesterday. She said it worked great.
Yeah. Yeah, you were there when she was talking about it, right?
She was coming in as I was leaving after
Yeah.
signing the accounts payable, and she said it was so quick and moved right along.
And Scott was the one that really advocated for the shredder, so I'll run it by him. And I'll run it by Paula too tomorrow. And just make sure they're all on board with the bigger shredder, if it's as great as Lynn says it is, which I think it probably is. So, and then we can take that up at another meeting. So that was in data processing. I'm gonna make sure I remember where it is. Okay. All right. I don't remember what this miscellaneous adjustment was. Forgive me. $100. Yeah.
I don't know what it is either, because it's not been in any of the other budgets.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. Marie's on the call. I hope she's listening. Maybe she can shed light. I don't remember what that was.
There's no note?
No, there's no
No.
note there at all.
I'm here.
Okay,
So
Marie, what was the miscellaneous adjustment?
It was for hardware. No, wait a minute. Wi-Fi, Canva, shredder. I'm actually not seeing a note about that. Let's see, this is miscellaneous. No, I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
All right,
I see the Zoom Wi-Fi Canva shredder. That's what's there, right?
right, yeah. All right, 5, nope, it's all under that same.
The 522220 Zoom turning on cloud storage. Oh, we were also playing for cloud storage.
Oh, is that cloud storage
Maybe
maybe?
with something
I believe that's what it is,
Okay,
because my handwritten notes show that.
okay, so this is cloud
We
storage.
need to put a notation on that.
How much is?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
how
that right
much is
now,
there?
Kim. Let me just see.
What's the amount on that?
900? Does that seem right?
That's something else. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have that note with me here at home.
Let's see what's here.
Oh, I brought everything.
Tyler Munis
We're
Vision.
under, yeah, professional services.
Nope, cloud hosting is here under Elon.
Yep, how about, I think it might be Sen.
Oh, yes. For the
I
internet?
do have that note here.
Okay. Somehow I think we. Okay.
I'm just double
So
checking.
SEN
it's
is
not-
the Connecticut Education Network. Ken and Suzanne, that is our internet provider.
Yeah, as long as if we can make the line adjustment and internet provider, whatever, then.
Yep, I put in a note.
Yeah,
But maybe we
I
should.
can double check.
I have to see if I can get that
Change the
line
name.
adjusted. Okay, so let me mark that down. Under.
And I'll double check.
Okay. All right, we'll get an answer on that one. All right, the lease and maintenance for, well, basically for software programs, Tyler Munis, that's the accounting program. Vision is assessor, quality is the tax office and the assessor. ClearGov is this new program, of course, the cloud hosting, Action Blueprint. This is the cost for the school IT department, which Melinda confirmed we could stay the same. Office,
That's salary?
that's just what we pay to the school to offset their salaries for the work that they do at the town.
Okay, okay.
Office 365 was the program that we had to switch to in order to meet the cybersecurity requirements. And there's another miscellaneous adjustment here, Marie.
Like we did away with it. They reduced it.
There's,
though.
Yeah, it says minus 598.
so
That's
there,
kind of-
and I need to correct the Send network is not there. That's part of the town hall building budget.
Yeah, you know what I'm
What is
wondering?
that?
The Send network is not within IT. It's part of the town hall building budget,
Oh, okay, okay.
the notes I have.
The EN, yeah.
Bear with me just for a second because I'm going to do a little bit of a calculation here.
All right, while you do that, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just going downstairs. I'll be right back.
Give me 5 then.
I think it's an addition problem, Marie.
Ah,
The system did its own calculation, so whatever was in that line item. Watch this. Hold on. I'm gonna revert this back. Let's just see if I can get rid of it. 89. Wait. Oops. 89, 4. Oh, stop it. Why won't it let me do this? All right. Hmm. It's definitely an addition thing, because if I take off, 598. Okay, so if I take off this 598, Marie,
yep.
it equals 88.9. I just don't know why the system's not letting me make this change here.
Oh,
Or allowing me to delete this. Let me see. Nope. Oh, that's working. I didn't mean them. Okay, let me just try this.
I'm just puzzled that there are no notes next to that because I wouldn't have
right.
left it empty.
I just
Did I
fixed
do
it.
Yeah.
Yep. So what it was there was a miscalculation on these numbers here that didn't, so what I think happened was the number here carried over to here, but all these numbers that were relevant didn't add up.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and you can see how this is taken out now.
Yep. Now
So the
it's-
new, it was, so what was here was 88.9 and it should be 89,498. And this should be the same way. Let me just see. The second line here. Professional services, okay. Okay. So if I click Zoom is good, Canva is good, Shredder is good, Wi-Fi is good, and miscellaneous adjustment is good. Wait, oh no, wait. Then that corrects this line item to
Got it.
1,500. So now this, it was an adjustment that the system made automatically because the numbers didn't total what was in the box. For whatever reason. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what was the 900?
It was, there was, so all of these numbers that were entered in initially when we proposed, so Zoom, Canva, Shredder, Wi-Fi did not total what was in the professional services box, in the origin box. So as soon
Oh.
as I deleted this, it corrected this line. So if I was, so watch, if I was to add this back in, it made it 2,400. But this is just because it was making up for the misaddition. So if I take it out, because it isn't anything, it was an adjustment the system made on their own. That's why it was called a miscellaneous adjustment. So,
Oh, I
get it now? I figured it was just, so when it was presented, there was a box here on the side where you could put each individual item. And the individual items didn't total what was in this main box. So let's call this the mother box, and these are the children. The children didn't add up to what was put into the mother
Yep,
box. So
yep.
the software immediately did an adjustment.
That's interesting.
So as soon as this gets updated and approved again, this line will go away.
Yep, I get it.
So now I'll take that. Yes. And I'll take this. So you can see that professional services is down 37.5, but at least all of the other programs are up 27.62. So that was that. Website maintenance, there was no change there. And then other services. Software updates. Reevaluate, that's not even something we're using, so hold on. Trying to get rid of the items we don't need. The software updates were quality upgrade to include a security update.
Right, okay.
Just to remind you why that
Yeah.
was so high. That was something brand new.
Yep.
All right. Any other thoughts on IT/data processing? Whatever you want to
No,
call it.
that's good.
Finance and treasurer. Ooh, this will be a line item we need to discuss. Obviously, at this point, we do have some good prospects coming in. Though potential combined finance directors that have a background to include that are CPAs and that have pretty extensive municipal backgrounds. We know that it's going to cost us more to have that individual, but they're also going to be taking on a greater role. Additionally, we know that the Board of Finance had voted to consider, yes, the combined, they move forward with the combined finance director, but they want to make sure that there's some type of allocation for an assistant finance director, should it be deemed necessary. So ideally, we may want to increase this line item. I'd advocate for it just to have it in there. Potentially about 125,000 is what I would lean towards. And that will be for a combined, that would be the town would be taking on the responsibility of paying for that finance director / treasurer that will oversee both business departments. So thoughts from my selectmen.
So Michelle has done some research on this. What is the average salary for a financial director, given the
Gosh, I
job
don't-
description?
I don't have that in front of me. Anywhere from 90 to 130, I think it was. Again, it's off the top of my head.
90 to 130 for that, given the job, with the job description.
Yes. Let me double check.
I
with
would
her.
go in you're thinking we should increase it, but you want to include a part-time
No,
possibly.
well, so I spoke to Melinda and she's holding on to, she's gonna keep Bob's position in the budget. But that was $96,000. So, I mean, we could get away with even 100,000, I think, and still be able to cover the cost of this person solely on the town side. And then Melinda would use whatever's left. We could, you know what I'm trying to say? We could pull some of the money potentially that's in excess of what they need from the school side to cover.
Melinda is
Sense.
keeping the 96,000 for just the salary, not including the benefits and all, in her side.
Right.
And we're going, and we have 85, almost 85,000 in our side.
Do you
not
want to
including
just,
benefits? I don't think we need to increase it at all.
you know, okay. All right. And I did get the word from Barney on their town administrator,
Oh, good.
135,000.
Oh, wow.
And she's an engineer. Do you think she wants to come to Thompson? But what is Barney's salary? Does anybody know that?
Excuse me?
What is Barney's salary?
That's a good question. They have a board of 5?
Yes, 5 or
Yes, they got a
6.
board of 5 in the mayor.
So 5 or 6? It's 5?
5.
Okay. So that's a really good question. I mean, they have a lot more industry, so their tax base is a lot higher, but I would still, that's a good question.
So are we going to, going back to this position, do we want to increase, oh wait, are we going to increase that by potentially 1.75? I just didn't plug anything in because I didn't know where we were going.
I
with
would
that.
not.
Okay, you want to just leave it the way it is and see how it works out?
Yeah, because it sounds like there's money in the school budget to assist with an assistant if needed, plus add to this salary.
Okay. Okay, we'll pool our resources.
Ken, what do you think?
I mean, in a perfect world, if we get the finance director and roughly know what we're gonna pay it, then, the Board of Finance will have time to make the adjustments between both budgets. To shift it which way, and increase it or decrease it, et cetera. Shoot for it that way. Other than that, between what the school and what we have, it should cover it.
Okay.
Yeah, even full-time and a part-time.
All right, I like your
Exactly.
thoughts. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and you're right, Ken. If there's somebody that actually takes the position before we go to referendum, there's still time to adjust it.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So everything else was pretty much flat, I believe, in this budget. You want to look at any of the item details?
No,
Or are we good
I
to
don't
move
see any
forward?
changes.
Ken, you're
No
good?
changes to-
I'm good.
All right. Tax collector, I don't know, I think this is sort of a. Although Rainey did tell us to take out stuff.
Yeah, he did. What did he tell us? Or did we do that?
We didn't end up
Legal.
taking anything out. He told us, he suggested, meetings.
Legal,
and-
wasn't it?
Is it legal?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
It wa-
It's
it
so
was-
minute.
It was legal.
Was it legal?
It was legal.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Well, that was only 100. I
And
thought that was
any-
a $400 line item, but no, because they go to meetings, so.
Yeah.
yeah. Travel, it was probably travel too. It was probably legal and travel.
I think he did say they use the car.
Right.
But you could ask him maybe. I don't remember exactly.
It's minor. I don't know. Let's see what he's done in the past in those,
There you go.
You know, as far as legal, whenever they do a tax sale,
right,
That's-
yeah,
that's, all those fees are in that at the time of the sale.
yep.
So it
That's what he
costs the
said, yeah.
town nothing.
So, yeah, so it looks like travel has been pretty much zero. So do you want to make both of those $5 place items? for
Sure,
tax? Just to hold it, placeholders?
Travel, I would do.
that'll work.
Travel, you never know. I would do a $50 if you're gonna, well, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
I think he kind of drives his own car.
It's kind of a nickel and dime thing.
Yeah, I know,
I
I know,
don't
but
know
he
if I would even-
suggested it. But he
Yeah.
suggested it, and I'll just double check with him.
Yeah,
That was for travel and what other item?
I
legal.
think it was travel and legal.
Thank you.
I say we move towards that. All right. Barney gets paid 42,000.
Wow.
Barney said he got.
Yeah,
paid
I thought it was there.
42,000. So. All right. Anything else here? Office supplies, that was mostly the quality for the printing of the tax bills.
Yep,
We good in this department?
yep.
All
We're
right.
good.
Okay, on to assessor. Salaries. Yeah, I just have the 1.75 in there. Professional affiliations. He got rid of travel. Meetings and fees. Everything here was pretty consistent and pretty straightforward as well. Yeah, thoughts?
I'm good with it.
I'm good with that one too.
Yeah, me too. All right. Board of Assessment Appeals, and this is where we're gonna, this is where we're gonna see the Board of Education line item. I don't know why it's really thrown in there, but that's where it is.
That is weird. That is gotta be something mixed
Well,
up.
there were people on the back end building the software, so,
Yeah, that's gotta be out of place.
yeah, I think so, and I can figure out
You
how
can
to
work
move
on
it,
that.
so.
A Board of Assessment Appeals salary,
Assessment
so I would
appeals.
take out the increases there.
Well, this is
But-
where we might be talking about doing,
The three,
two and a
yeah, so
half.
you can do that.
or the 3%, were we thinking
Right.
3%?
They're all part-time, so we would be looking at 3%.
Right,
So the only thing that's funky about that is, I guess it's an elected position, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
yeah. It's gonna be pretty minor.
Minuscule, yeah,
It's gonna be even smaller than the secretaries,
yeah.
so.
Nothing else there, though.
Nope, everything else pretty status quo. Board of Education, just to go over that, I did speak to Melinda, and listen, it's listed under secretary salary. I have to get this changed. I think I can
Mm.
change the titles on it. Let's see. Nope, it's not letting me. So I'll work
What is
on
it?
that. It says secretary salary. I don't know why it's set like that, but that is the line item for Board of Education, and I confirmed that with Orla. So, but $19,873,192 represented a 3.98% increase. And this is going back to what I talked about at the beginning of the meeting. A lot of it is they're anticipating a 70% increase in fuel. They're also really budgeting a little higher for their special ed, because as we know, if I'm correct with what Melinda told me, every year they seem to run into a shortfall. So the board thought, hey, you know what, let's not come up short. Let's make sure we have enough in that budget. So it's a 3.94% increase. And obviously that's nothing we control, but I wanted to make you guys aware of where they were at.
And just to.
Yeah, I've never seen it like that.
Oh, it's in
You
the,
know,
but it's in, because it's on the separate line item in the, on that first page.
Oh, no,
It
I
had to-
agree.
it had to get
It
put
just comes up
someplace.
different because it's clear gov.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But just to add to that, every year when they come up short, they freeze their entire budget. So all the
Right.
regular general ed kids suffer.
Mhm.
So I completely understand what they're doing. I did not get to their budget workshops this year like I normally do. So I didn't realize that's what their thought process was, but I think that that makes sense because their regular ed kids suffer every year.
Right. Yep,
Hopefully, the town will understand that.
absolutely. They've gotten by pretty well the last couple of years with pretty close to flat, so.
Yeah.
It's tough with union contracts and everything.
Mhm.
They do a good job. So, all right, so that was just that. We're good on Board of Assessment Appeals,
Mhm.
okay? Elections and registrations or elections, registrars.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, they might fall under the 3% category, would you say?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would. They did have some increase of costs, but I thought Frank explained everything pretty well.
So their election workers don't get pay increases, do they? Or do they?
Well, they just put in, let's see.
They just put in salaries.
Oh, I mean, they ask for what they need. So I think it's a stipend, isn't it? A flat stipend of. We
No,
pay
I
you
think it's
X.
an
I don't
hourly. It's an hourly.
know. Well, oh, election
never-
workers
I
are down here.
never,
Election
thought
workers
about
are
that.
down here, Suzanne.
What?
Here's the election workers here.
Yeah, and that's depends on how many workers they feel they'll need for the year, but I don't know how they increase their, because it's a straight, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's a transit kind of position, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean on them to make the decision as
So I
far
guess
as
they
what the
decide,
workers
yeah.
get paid. So, almost like the library, because we're not gonna touch the library. We
We're
can
not?
make recommendations, but we can't actually go into their line items and touch things, correct?
I thought we had control over their increases, but
I didn't think we did.
I'm pretty sure we've changed them in the past.
Ken, have we changed them in the past?
Pretty sure we took them
We've
all
got-
out
we-
that
we-
year. We didn't give any.
Usually we leave it to the Board of Finance.
Yeah,
That's been the
I didn't
past
think we
history.
took them out that year.
Yeah, history is that we present their budget. It's another standalone budget. And instead of us making it, we allow the Board of Finance because the
Depends.
library, that's what we've done in the past.
It depends. If we wanted to cut their bottom line, we could. It's not, it's that kind of thing. But if you were.
Oh,
if
the
you
bottom
were to-
line, yeah.
Their budget is just a budget like any other department within our department.
Mhm.
So technically, the Board of Selectmen have the authority to be able to cut their budgets, change their pay raises. We've done that before. I'm pretty sure.
No,
But maybe I'm getting confused with Board of Finance. But
wouldn't-
We do have, it's a department within the Board of, there's no ordinance that says the Board of Selectmen can't change their budget. But as Ken is saying, tradition or history, we normally let the Board of Finance make those adjustments.
Right, because they have their own board. That whereas the other departments don't have a board overseeing them, they have an elected board that oversees them. That's why it goes
But I don't
directly to
think
the
it's
Board
an
of Finance.
ordinance thing or anything. But I'm agreeing that we can pass it on, but I think it's within our authority to be able to change their budget. And I know in the past, other boards of selectmen have cut the
Well-
library board.
I'll be the first to say that I want to take out, I don't want to move forward their capital.
Yeah, we
So-
can get to
so
that
they-
because I kind of
right.
had some concerns there too.
Right, but as far as their budget, in particular, their labor, because they do have a lot of part-time people that are closer to minimum wage. I know that they're trying to keep up with the minimum wage increases. So whatever they've done on that side, I really don't want to mess with. Because I don't know specifics of what Allison had Orla do. I I can give specifics if we really wanted to drill down and go down that road, but I think it's up to their board. We could make a suggestion, and you're right, Kent,
Well, it is.
Steve
and it isn't.
Steve Herbert cut like 3% once.
Yeah,
We could
10%.
make that recommendation if we wanted to, but then
We-
it's up to the Board of Finance.
He did that when he was on the Board of Selectmen.
Correct.
Correct. And
But
here's.
I don't want to go through the line items. I don't think the line items are up to us.
Here's my concern with it's not it's their budget, but it comes under the municipal side of the budget, and it's all our budget, you know, so I
Right. Well, like I'm saying,
I'm
I'm
not
okay.
suggesting that we cut it or that we change it or do anything with it. I'm suggesting we send it on to the Board of Finance and let them do what they do.
I thought you were suggesting making some type of cut.
No, I'm just saying that I believe we do have the authority if there was a cut in there or a change that you wanted to make.
Okay,
You
All
can
right.
cut the bottom line.
right. Which might include the capital projects. But
That
that's just
does.
my opinion. I'm jumping ahead of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the community center and building maintenance is totally different than the library budget.
Right, true. Yep. All right, so we're good with the registrars, I'm gonna guess.
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Town clerk. I'm feeling the same way about town clerk. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. Let's just look.
She's actually gone down on a couple line items, so.
Yeah, overall, well, she's up 1.45%, down, let's see, indexing and recording.
What's the bottom
Um,
line?
The bottom line as far as percentages,
Yeah, where she's at, what is?
I'm sorry. Yeah, where is she? 1.45% increase. See where there was some
Where,
type of,
yeah.
I'm wondering where the increase was.
I don't remember. it.
Record restoration
Here we
is
go.
where there's
Oh, wait.
5,000.
And that wasn't there before. There was a note on
Correct.
that. Let's see. This is a new line item in the budget. Previously record restoration was lumped in with indexing and recording microfilming. See attachment. Okay,
So she split it out.
yeah. So that was like a net, even though this is a decrease.
Right.
This
The
was
new-
an
But
increase.
where, I don't see it.
So she used to have, oh, here, let me just see, sorry. Let me open this up. Record restoration here. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Line item that she added that used to be combined with indexing.
right, that I got. Something. I'm not sure, but I'm fine with this budget.
Yeah, you would see here, well, I want to make sure you're clear on it though.
No, I do, I get that.
All right. Okay.
Oh, so it's office supplies that were added to. I was trying to figure out
No,
where.
oh. This was the one added, record restoration.
No,
Oh, sorry.
no, I understand what she did totally.
Yeah,
But there's a small increase in the budget and I was trying to figure out where it is. I see office supplies 900. I don't
That's
think that
zero.
was there last year. Oh, no, that's
Well,
zero.
no, that was there last year. This wasn't here last year.
But
Which
your increase in their budget is the wages.
Okay,
Right. Yeah, because
that's what I was trying to figure out, what,
those other two in effect wipe each other out. Let's see what it was last year. 14.5 was the original budget. She went up to 15, added a new line item.
Okay,
And then
okay,
the
I gotta
wage-
go answer the door.
Okay,
I gotta
Well,
go
hold
answer the
up.
door. I'll be right back.
okay. I'm gonna take a quick break too, Suzanne. Do
Sure.
you want to keep looking at this?
yeah, no, I'll take a quick break.
All right.
Excuse me, Amy, may I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Oh, Elections and registrations.
Yep.
Originally, I wrote down 3% increase, but then it flipped over to the library and it flipped back. So I wasn't sure if it was 3% or if it was staying as is for the,
Oh, for their salaries?
yes.
We're gonna do a motion at the end,
Oh,
and
okay.
their salaries will be included because they're part-time and they don't,
Okay.
so they'll be 3%, yes.
Okay,
Long
thank
story
you.
short,
Yep, thank you.
if we make that motion and it passes.
You're talking the library?
No, Marie was talking about elections, the registrars. But we
Yeah,
started,
okay.
while we were in registrars, we started talking about the library. So she wanted
Yep.
to make sure she was clear.
So were we done with town clerk?
I'm back.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you went away.
No, that's okay. I didn't know you were back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm good with town clerk.
Yeah, I am.
I'm good.
And you're good? Okay.
Yep.
All right, town council. Didn't increase anything here.
Fine with that. What did we actually use this past year?
We're slightly over.
That's
Because
good.
there was a labor issue. That warranted the use of the attorney a little bit more.
How often do we go out to bid, like for town council, or review the
It's-
cost and the,
Ken, what's it been, 5 years about?
Yeah, it's probably going on 5.
Yeah, it was like just as I was, my first year I was on the board, I think. So I think it's closing in on 5.
Yeah, it's
I don't
closing
think-
in on 5.
I don't think it would be a bad idea. I haven't been, and this is a discussion we can have at maybe in the next selectmen meeting. It's a difficult decision. I haven't been super pleased with the work from our attorney currently. But I do like other members of the law firm, including our land use attorney. So it's gonna be a very difficult decision, but nothing we have to touch upon
So-
tonight, but something we probably should be talking about at some point. in the
well,
near future.
just for the cost effectiveness, I know, I just asked Bill, the Board of Ed goes out to bid every 3 years, just for the financial aspect of it.
Yeah, there's something to be said for having some continuity though,
True,
where the attorney knows the town.
true.
I
That's
like
good and
cost
bad,
saving,
though.
but I like cost savings, but cost savings at a sacrifice to service. And I think when we chose this attorney back when we had gone out to bid, they were kind of chosen based on, yeah, I mean, I wasn't part of the hiring committee. I know Steve Herbert was, and of course Ken was. And I think it was, so we were swayed by price. And I think that we're feeling the effects of that because you don't always get the value.
We could definitely
doesn't
have
present
a
itself.
discussion.
What's that?
We could definitely have a more in-depth discussion at a Board of Selectmen meeting.
I'd like to, and what I'd like to do is just bring the cases, the times where emails weren't returned.
Is that an
work
executive
wasn't
session?
done. But that's not really for tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll plan to put it on the
That's
agenda.
not for tonight.
Yeah, and just that doesn't have to be executive session. That can be open.
That's what I was
session.
asking.
Oh, okay.
No?
I wouldn't think it would. It's not a personnel matter.
Okay.
Ken, do you agree?
Did I just try to share my screen?
Well, you can't, so.
Oh, no. Okay. Sorry. I hit something.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I would propose keeping these rates the same for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the only time labor rates changed is usually at the time of contract negotiations. And we just had that, 2 years ago? So you end up in a lull, because usually it's the labor attorney that possibly will drive up your labor costs.
Yep. Right. Okay. So we'll move on.
Yep,
Probate court is just probate court.
yep.
It should just be one line item, $10,100 right there.
That's per capita.
Yeah.
So we're good with that.
Yeah, nothing we can do about that. Town hall building. This is where the maintainer slash custodian is. Assuming he would fall under potentially that 3% increase.
Sure.
And he's very well deserving for the job he does,
Yes.
as well as the other people that we have.
Let's see where there was some increases. The postage was only an increase because Marie moved one of the items, what was it, the contract for the postage machine into postage. Fuel, oh, this is
Oh, yeah,
someplace.
that's what I wanted to ask you.
What is everybody's thoughts? Our previous contract was $1.75. We could be looking at $3. Do we want to increase this to be safe? Maybe up to even just 30%? Because we can do that.
What did the school do?
Well, they're kind of figuring like the full $3. They were figuring like a 70% increase.
Wow.
Well, because
Right now,
that's what it's valued at. If you go from 175 to $3.
Yeah, I mean, right now, my vendor, just for myself, went up 12 cents last night.
Mhm.
So the $3.70 a gallon,
Right.
What,
and it's just escalating.
why don't we,
But we're still but keep in mind, we're still contracted through June 30th.
yeah, why don't we hold on that one until we have a contract?
Well, we may not have one. We may write it out.
Oh,
Because right now it's hovering around $3. Like Bill and I have been Bill Birch and I have been talking back and forth about it. And if we contract now, and let's say things settle down and then the prices we're gonna really regret. Or
yeah,
we can.
no, I
write it
understand.
out.
I understand what
It
you're
can't
saying.
it can't possibly go much more than $3 to $3.50. Oh God, that's a horrible thought.
Oh,
but-
it is.
So Bill's recommending that we just write it out, past our contract, and then just kind of hope for the best and wait until the numbers come down to lock in a rate again. We'll just,
Maybe you should go up on that line item, though.
I feel like we should. I think even if we just did 30%.
I definitely would double it.
Yeah, I would.
Double it from what it was before or do just 30%?
From the 15 that we have now, go to 30.
Okay,
30%.
all right.
What does that bring it to? Yeah,
9,100, so it's not great. It's another 1,050 approximately.
But it's gonna be volatile for a bit.
Yeah, I
Very
would lean towards 30% on all of our fuel lines. So when we get to the highway garage, there'll be another one there.
okay.
Better safe than sorry. Nothing else, I believe, changed. Oh, exterminating went up a little bit. We hadn't seen an increase in a while. And then water and sewer charges. Connecticut water, I know, was going up. Marie, was there anything else in this one? I'm not seeing notes. Let's see.
No, it was just expected increases. I
Okay.
talked with Orla about it and she recommended that that's what we put in.
Okay. I will go on her authority then.
Because I know just sewer, they changed the rates in November.
Yeah. Office supplies and custodial supplies are staying the same, and that is town hall budget. Any thoughts? Shall we move on?
Move on.
All right, public safety. Ooh, we're getting to the fire departments. All right, first is fire marshal. So my feeling is that fire marshal would fall technically underneath the category of a part-time worker.
I agree.
Okay, The secretary is actually Donna in the building office, so she's under union contract. So this would, in effect, will be moving this potentially to 3%, as long as we make that motion. Let's see what else he had in here. The other items I see as a need, I don't think they're completely outrageous, but I'll lean on you guys for your thoughts.
Well, a lot of this is new to us because of the fact that we're basically we're building a department that we didn't have before when we had the former fire marshal, so we're playing catch up.
But we have seen a consistent increase. I mean, this year Jamie's projecting $7,000 in fire marshal fees from inspecting apartment complexes and businesses. It's long overdue in the town, and it's a good, I mean, he's really working hard to get all those inspections completed, both him and Dino.
The job is definitely getting done.
Yeah, so I would agree with the changes to salary.
Yep.
For 3% for the fire marshal, 3% for the deputy fire marshal, and
Yeah,
the
he hadn't
secretary-
asked for an increase on the deputy. Do we want to increase that anyways?
to 3%.
Okay. Okay,
I would consider him a part-time individual, so yeah.
okay. Because I think that it was
Wouldn't you?
because last year he had taken $2,000 more.
Okay,
So I think that's why
But-
Jamie had left it off, but I'm good with whatever you both decide, if you want to include the deputy as part of the 3%.
I think it sets a standard that he deserves to have an increase when the others, it's almost like a recording secretary. He doesn't make a lot,
Yep.
so, it's gonna be that.
He's there backing up
$150.
Jamie.
Yeah, it's gonna be that $150, but it shows good faith that,
Okay. All right, so we'll
Yep.
include that too. I'll include that too, once we make our motion and I
oh,
go
no,
back.
he's
through.
at 7 now, so it's $210.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anything else on the fire marshal side of the budget?
No,
We do have
Good.
his capital request, but we'll get to that, I think, when we get to capital request, correct?
yes, yes. That's right.
All right, fire departments. I plugged in exactly what they were asking for. What each department was asking for. Oh, I did get a number from Don Francisco from QV, and I have to add that. It's up to around 26,000 for the QV dispatch. I just didn't change that.
Okay.
I got the totals from Connecticut Water for the hydrants, looking at about a 5% increase there. Everything else maintained. Volunteer fire insurance, we are being advised by HD Seeger to increase everything still by 10%.
Oh,
So I've just left that in. Those numbers won't come in until what, Marie? Was it May? Or was it earlier than that? April, late April? As
Late
we-
April sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so in the fire departments, we have Thompson Hill Fire Department, East at 75, East Thompson Volunteer Fire Department at 80, West Thompson Fire Department at 75, Community at 81,000, Quinnebog at 75,000 for their request, and Putnam EMS, I plugged in 250 just as, because we're still uncertain where that's going to fall. Thoughts on the fire departments? All right, I would like to, I don't think it's right. I think it was, very bold for community to come in with a higher request than any other fire department. It was only by $1,000, but I think to me, it just spoke volumes and in a not so good way. That that we bought ambulances as a town from them. And we're helping them fix their building, which is fine. But the other departments stand alone and they make it work, and they keep their buildings in good repair.
And they take out loans. So
And they take out
when I was looking at this and listening, I'm hearing that the other 4 departments are picking up the slack because of the lack of the R1 in community.
Correct.
So they're working harder.
Mhm.
I also heard some need for radios, and I'm assuming because of QB Dispatch changing their programming that they all need them. So I'm hoping that we can get Tara involved with grant funding.
Right. Yep, that was at the last meeting.
But I had the same thoughts. We've never funded one less than another. What were you thinking?
If you look at the last several years, all the departments have been coming in at different amounts.
Well, they
Some have
come in
been
at
higher,
different
some-
amounts.
Yeah, they do.
They come in at different amounts, but we fund them usually the same. I think we've always funded them the same. Am I wrong?
We have funded them as the same, but they've all requested different amounts of money based on what they felt their needs were. There was a time, probably a dozen years ago or so, when you had the fire association and they would all agree on what they were gonna ask the town for as a group.
You know what I'm gonna say? You just reminded me of something. As much as there's a part of me, I really just want to slash community's budget. I'll be bold and just say it. There was a time, I think it was last year or the last season or the season before, that Chief Brower said to me, we would just like what we request to be presented to the Board of Finance. So we've almost always made
Well,
a
we've
cut.
always done that.
We've always,
Except for the
yeah,
last-
well, they do, but the Board of Selectmen has almost always made the cut first.
Not always.
Yes.
Oh, almost always. Since I've been on the board, we always did.
Yeah, in the last several years there was 1 year that the Board of Finance actually cut them back.
Right.
Added to them. Added or cut back?
Oh, there was, I don't know if it was at 49, it went to 48.5. I can't remember, but they were cut back 1 year and it was by the Board of Finance.
And I remember one year the Board of Finance added to them.
But since,
It's very
but since,
possible.
Yeah, I
since
do.
I've been on the Board of Selectmen, they've always been equal. That's all I'm saying. So
The
they all
amount.
might come in
We've
with
always put
something
them in
different,
equal.
but they've always been funded equal. I would propose that Thompson Hill, East Thompson, West Thompson, West Thompson and Quinnebog, that we move forward with theirs as presented. On community, I would propose that we fund $50,000. Don't ask me where I got that number from. That's what I'm gonna propose.
Well, I do agree with one of the things that and it was Chief Brower that said, because we've done it, to make sure that we present their requested budget to the Board of Finance. And I would present them as they are and let the Board of Finance ask the pertinent questions to justify. And, it's very possible one department may need more than another based on the overall picture.
Yep. Agreed.
So
Let us stand-
I would say we make that decision when we see at the very end of our going through the budget to decide if that's where we want to go.
Okay. Let me just make note of that. So I don't think we'll forget it, but are you okay with that, Ken?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right. Everything else was pretty much status quo except for the insurance. Let me just make sure we're not forgetting anything here. So the tax refund is taken out. So that was $45,000 that left the budget because they will be under the exemption as of this year. So we will not be paying out those checks this year. Let's see, special contributions, was
What
the
was that,
special
Donna?
services. That was a software. It was just labeled wrong. That's for the software that they do the reporting with Jamie. Paramedic ambulance, I looked back through the years, the last 2 years, and 19 seems to be pretty solid. And there was no increase in the rate, so I thought that
No,
was.
KB's rate is still at 95.
Yeah, so I thought that was okay to keep there because it's never come over 19,000. And then just the burn officer annual wage, again, do we want to increase that by 3%?
I would, it's a part-time position.
All right. Okay, Suzanne, you're good with that?
Yeah,
Okay, I just want to make sure I know which ones I'm increasing.
wait.
And then, of course,
wait,
travel increased
Who
just
is the
slightly.
burn officer?
That's Dino.
Oh, okay, so I didn't realize that was a separate,
It's just a stipend. It's just a
Stipend.
stipend.
Yeah,
I
you-
mean, more than a salary is just a stipend.
yeah,
mean,
3% is
based
like
on- based-
$1.50, so.
Well, $15. It's
Yeah,
not
what
much.
they say, yeah, 15, not $1.50. Yeah, so if you're gonna do part-time individuals, whether it's stipend or not,
Yeah, because technically, if we do the Board of Assessment Appeals, they're kind of a stipend position.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, because we're looking at stipend and hourly.
Well, stipend and, well,
But recording secretaries, a lot of them are stipend per meeting.
right, exactly. So I guess
Yeah.
it's,
So I think
yeah.
you'd have to,
yeah, okay. For consistency.
yeah.
All right. Emergency management. I don't think anything changed here at all. Oh, no, it did, 4.95%. Let's look and see what that was. Oh, no. Oh, he added some protective clothing.
I think he
Safety
deserves that.
equipment. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Supply, no.
And that-
Yeah. Yep, Ken, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Trying to remember if there was something I had read, if that had to do with the constables.
Oh, yes, I
Oh,
think you're
yes,
right.
he did.
Yep. Good memory. I think it's right here too. There you go. Emergency is also supporting the constables.
Yep.
So there are 2 individuals in that department.
Brian Howell and Steve Benoit.
Steve Benoit.
Neither one of them receives a stipend.
They both receive something through
Yeah,
emergency management.
yeah.
And now Steve receives the tax exemption. He was included on
Right,
the tax exemption.
Only Steve?
Brian wasn't eligible. It was better for him just to maintain. It had to come, it came down to, I don't know how to describe it. Because I have to look back. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Brian wouldn't have qualified. He would have had to sacrifice, he would have had to give up his stipend somehow for some reason, because he's not fully, he's
Okay,
an assistant and he's not as full-time as Steve is. Because Steve is the one that comes out when it's a snowstorm. He opens up the emergency operations center.
So-
He's the one that's in there every week doing.
I
the
know it's been discussed in the past, and maybe not in a while, about putting a stipend in.
If we did the stipend, I think that they lose what they get from Demis.
Well, why don't you ask Steve about that?
I
Make a
will.
notation.
But I know when we were adding Steve to qualify for that, for the
Exemption?
exemption, we looked into all those details and it was, Brian didn't qualify, and I'll look back, but I'll ask Steve about his, what he gets and what might compromise that. if he becomes paid by the town because he's volunteer, that's
Oh, then he
he's
might lose
volunteer
his
full-time.
exemption.
What's that? It would mess with his exemption too. So there was
Would
a,
it? Because a stipend is different than a salary.
it's still coming from the town payroll. He would still become an employee of the town.
Okay,
Why don't you talk to Steve, he can clear it up.
Yep, I'll clarify with Steve, but I know that we talked in depth when we were doing the exemption and that was the conclusion, but I'll
Okay,
double
okay.
check with him. I got it in my notes. I'll double check with him. All right, so that's emergency management. The security project at the Board of Education. Formerly 60,000, they're asking for an additional 15. So many parents since COVID and masking have been driving their kids, which leads to a backup, which led to them needing additional staff on more a consistent basis. So
so I'm not a fan of having this in our budget. If they wanted to increase it in their budget, I could understand it. Were they delivering lunches this summer again?
yeah, they did.
Because I don't think that's what we designed that position for. I'm not
Well,
a fan of
the
that at all.
position, the position, I'm a huge fan of it. The position was designed to have staff there during basketball games and plays. And then COVID interrupted the whole program and COVID turned the program upside down, where now it became traffic control. I see them out there. There's multiple
But
staff.
why wouldn't
people
that
out
be
there.
in the school budget?
Well, I mean,
The
they're keeping our
director's in the
streets
school
safe.
budget.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's in our budget. It's at the school.
It was one way that we were working together a few years back. It was before, it was your time, like,
Yeah, we started the program, I think it started out in the 50s, it went up a little bit. And then when they decided they needed a full-time person to manage it, the school took that on, which is the current director, or whatever you want to call it, that's running it, and we kept paying for the equipment / hours. And we do use hours, on the town side from time to time as well.
and during COVID at its height, they came down to the town hall. They helped us
Yep.
out at the town hall to keep traffic flow down. I suspect that the need will go down once masks are removed.
Which
Maybe
is
if
which
you
is in
want,
4
maybe we,
days. I'm not a fan of
maybe we,
adding to
what
this.
if we propose keeping it flat at 60
I would
and not
agree to keeping
provide
it
the
flat.
increase?
I
What's
would,
that?
I would agree to keeping it flat. I like I said, I don't think it belongs in our side of the budget, but I would agree to flat.
I would concede with that, even though I favor it as a program. And I think it can benefit all of the town. We do have our after-school program, and I'm sure that these staff are there to help during those times too, but I'm good with keeping it flat and letting the school pick up the extra. Ken?
I mean, and maybe that comes under some of the COVID funding that they received. I don't know, but I honestly don't feel that belongs in our side of the budget.
Well, the other question that I have, just to ponder, I mean, they're paying for the director to run it, we pay for the, wherever they go and work. And like Amy did say about the after-school programs and preschool programs that they run up there, they're also involved. I don't know the answer on the recreation department, because they're the ones that run the programs. If there's could there possibly be a charge back to the recreation department if we kick this into their budget, where in essence they may have held the line and not charge us, for the use of the building, because we're paying for the staff. But if we kick it to them, they may turn around and charge us for the extra hours. I mean, it's something to think about. And the person that probably could answer that, if it isn't Melinda, would be Ben. And how some of that, what they do
I think
and how they break it.
if it's because of an after-school program or whatever the programming is where it's increased, if it's preschool, then that's definitely school related.
Well, it's school related, but the
if
tuition for preschool, just keep in mind, the tuition for preschool hits our books. There's a line item in the income, in the
Some of it.
revenue. Right.
Not all of it.
There, well, because
Some of it gets allocated back to the program.
There's lower income where they don't get.
And some of it gets allocated back to the program. That was a big deal a couple of years ago.
Right.
I just don't believe in that we should be increasing. I didn't like the fact that they were delivering lunches during COVID and things like that. That's not what I saw the security program doing. And if we wanted to change the job description, I think I suggested it last year, then you know, that's something that we could have done, but it means it's a different job.
But you know, but I don't think that it is, because if you look at it's community involvement, it's putting a face into the community of this safety staffs, because it's not really even security, it's safety staff. Police officers do volunteer programs, especially, I know we're not inner city, but in inner city areas, the police want to be out there. They want to have their face shown so that they gain some rapport in the community.
But they're not
And when
police
we're,
officers.
and when we're,
It's totally
I know, but they're also dealing with situations in the school that might involve at-risk kids, and they're there diffusing.
Then we call it a truancy officer, and the school takes on the full responsibility. I don't see a need to increase it on our side.
I mean, we can always ask the Board
I'm
of
only one.
Finance. We can always ask the Board of Finance to take it from our budget and put it into their budget. If you know, if you just want it that way, which would increase the school budget by, you know, the 60 plus.
But Suzanne, you're okay with 60?
I'm okay with leaving it at flat funding at 60. What I'm not agreeable to adding to it.
Well, and I think that the uptick that they've experienced in traffic is going to subside once
I do
kids
too.
don't have to wear masks on the bus.
I do too.
So maybe we take that chance. I would propose having that as one of our motions, just to keep that line item flat. Keep it in the budget, but keep it flat. I'm a proponent of the program, but I can see your point, and I also think the 15,000 might be a knee-jerk reaction to a situation that hopefully will subside and kids start taking the bus again. So.
Exactly.
So I put that as a note, as a potential motion. When we go through these motions, we'll go through each one at a time, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
And the Board of
Sounds good.
Finance will see, and they'll know that they were asking for 75, so.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Canine operation. So as we know, Jan is looking for full-time, and the job has definitely warranted full-time, because I do see her caseload. I see the calls that she gets. The one thing that's not included in here that I think she's had some personal things with her parents' health, etc. She was looking at a software program that would help organize the department. It's relatively inexpensive. It's about $3,000 to purchase or less. And it would help keep track of her caseload. So as soon as a case is opened up, the software tracks that case from start to finish. But it's not in here. Yep.
Is it something we could take out of the dog fund?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that too.
Right. And the balance on the dog fund is $56,000.
Do we know how much was used out of it this year?
For a water heater repair at this point, just $1,000. Last
So
year
we've
we
only
used
taken $1,000 out the the entire year?
Yes. But
Wow.
we don't totally want to deplete it. We've got
No?
the software. It can be used for the software. We do need to do a ventilation system or a mini split. That's going to be approximately 5,000-ish, because the heating unit is on its last leg. So we thought mini split for heating and cooling to keep that concrete building cooler in the hot summer if there's dogs being housed there.
Yeah. Amy.
Yeah, but right now the balance is 56,000, which really included, from what I could tell from the sheet, a lot of donations have come in, and
So,
fees
so,
that,
so-
fees and fines that Jan has collected.
yeah, so you're looking at 8,000 to 9,000 if you took the mini split and the
Yep.
software out of the dog fund.
Yes.
So that would be my suggestion. Take it from there.
Additionally, we may be able to take vet services potentially. And then just work harder on, so Jan's looking for 10,000 in vet services, but those vet services technically should be coming out of the dog fund. And if we work hard together, Jan and I, to make sure we're doing some GoFundMes and some fundraisers in general, we could keep that amount constantly being replenished. So we
For
may
the
want
vet
to.
service?
For the vet service, yeah, that can come out of the dog fund as well.
So you're talking about taking that 10, that possible 10 out of the dog service?
And maybe
mean,
just
out of the
dropping it down to 1,000, and just any vet
Yeah.
services would come out of the dog fund.
Or you could put it
I'm
at
good with it.
1,500 and keep, and drop it down the 8,000.
Which one?
The
Drop it to
vet
2,000?
services. Keep
Vet services?
1,500.
I'm sorry, Suzanne, talk. I keep interrupting you.
What is the total that she's asking for vet services?
10,000, 10,000.
Oh, 10,000. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Sorry, misunderstood.
Sorry, I should point out things. I should be a little slower. I'm kind of jumping around here.
So you're thinking drop it by 9,000 and leave 1,000 in it.
Potentially.
I would do that and have it taken out of the dog fund.
Okay,
That
I'm
would,
good with it.
yeah, that would be one of the things that I would do.
okay.
Can we go back up to the salary line?
There you go.
So she's
So-
looking at,
I'm gonna do the calculation here. She wanted a 40-hour. Wait. So that would put her at $21 approximately. $21 per hour. I think she was at 20. In a 40-hour week.
and that would be a grand total of 44?
Yep.
Plus the benefits.
Plus the benefits. Right.
Okay, when we were going through this, I was seeing the grand, the 64,905.
Oh, yeah, no, this
And I
one,
was
sorry.
then we went straight down and I didn't catch that her salary was 44,000 is what
Yes.
she's requesting.
Yes.
That's more than fair. I didn't think it was fair at 64, almost 65,000. Okay.
Sorry, I
so
moved
that
too
makes a
fast
lot
on
more
that one.
sense.
Yeah, so it's $21 an hour times a 40-hour week to allow her to do the job that needs to be done.
So basically, it's a salaried position at
Because
44,000.
she'll end up putting in more than 40
That's what I'm
hours.
saying.
Yep,
It's-
she would
it's
become
40 hours
salaried.
now, but she's only getting the 23, but it'll be a full-time position, making her eligible for benefits, and it'll be
Right,
at
and
44,000.
if in rewriting her contract, it would we would have to specify that because we don't want to be running into the overtime.
No, it would be, yeah, so it's salaried.
Correct, salaried position, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make note of that for, if this passes, Michelle will have to do up her contract, et cetera.
And also, she would be eligible for an increase. I mean, a pay percentage.
She already
Or
got the
not.
percentage in her hourly wage. She figured that in, because she was at 20 and she went up to 21.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Okay, but moving, future wise, she would be eligible, I guess.
Right.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I think she does an amazing job. I think we're lucky to have her. I think that we all knew it was gonna move more to a full-time job, and what she's doing and what she was describing was pretty amazing. We did not get that with NECOG.
Right, and of course, we're gonna need to back her, and she's gonna have to sell it to the Board of Finance, because we know it's gonna be under scrutiny. But it's a valuable service, and the truth is, the taxpayers don't get a lot of services. And we hear that all the time, especially people that don't have children. If they don't have children, they most likely have dogs. Or,
It affects most everybody in the town of Thompson in one way, shape, or another, whether they realize it or not. Even if you don't have an animal and a dog enters your, yard and does damage or that kind of thing, then you have someone you can call. I mean, I sent her a picture the other day because we had coyotes out on the lake, and I said, "Is that a coyote? I've never seen it that close before."
right,
Little things like that, that we now have somebody we can call.
right. And she answers.
I know, everybody knows that's one of my pet projects, and I'm very happy with the service that we're getting.
I
Just
am-
have to sell it to the Board of Finance.
Yep,
Yes.
all right, so we'll move on.
How late do we want to work tonight?
I didn't think any later than 7, but if you guys, you tell me when you're tapped out. We're coming to the end.
I was tapped out at 4, but
At 4 o'clock. But if we do, the more we do tonight, the less we have to do tomorrow and Monday. And
okay.
maybe we can wrap up tomorrow. But if you guys are spent, you just let me know, because like Erin says, 2 hours and your brain starts to fry. And I'm
Yeah,
okay with,
it
I'm okay
does.
with that too. That's why I planned 3 of them. Do we want to try to get through Public Works or save Public Works and go down to some of the more?
Yeah, why don't we say Public Works and go down to Human Services? Is that okay with you, Ken?
Yeah, I got no problem.
Okay. So I was looking through this earlier and I realized I feel like we're missing the Day Kimball Hospital request in this, so it might be something we add, but in changing some of the other items, we can just account for it. So let's start with fuel assistance from Teague. I think they requested it stay the same, and I would agree, especially with fuel prices. Maybe we want to increase that.
I think they've come to the Board of Finance before. I think 6
Okay.
is generous. I know one time it was only like 2 or 3 and we added to it. I'm fine with that. And always, I hope they know they can come to, Selectmen, to the Board of Finance and ask for more.
Okay.
I would leave it right where it is for now. We
Yeah.
still got 4 or 5 weeks. We'll know how this thing starts to shake out.
Yep.
And if Ann comes back and says, "Hey, this is going off the rails,"
Right.
Well,
We
we can
also
always
have
add.
it, we also haven't touched it. So tell me, we haven't touched it this year. So can we take that 6,000 that was appropriated this year and encumber it rather than absorbing it into the general fund?
You could always encumber it.
Yeah.
Say
I think
what?
that'll be
Or
Say that
something you
again?
want to do.
Say that again?
That would be, you can encumber a line item for something that
Yes.
we didn't purchase. And again, well, in a perfect world, if we wanted to encumber it, it may be a good idea. But we may have to use, if she doesn't need it, then we need it for somewhere else in the budget, snow overrun or something. It's a
Yeah.
prime, amount of money that can be shifted to offset a deficient account.
She's not asked for any of it, though?
No.
Not as of yet. They were getting a lot of fuel assistance and stuff with,
Yeah, they were.
with the COVID.
You're right. I'm with Ken. That there may be like salt or there may be another area that we want to transfer it to, and
Well, I mean,
but I wouldn't change it at this point.
okay.
I'd leave it right where it is.
All right. All right, then the next was Northeast Transit District, which is per capita as well. They did have an increase, but that was bringing us up in line with where we should have been for multiple years. We had gotten a discount.
I thought Aaron
And-
cut that line back last year.
No, last year we increased it slightly to bring us closer to what the per capita rate was. And this year we're brought right up to where it was supposed to be. Let me just see what it was. Last year we brought it up to 16,000. And this year we're bringing it up to where the amount that they had been requesting. There was,
I would
a
send that one on and let the Board of Finance,
yep,
do what they wish with that one. Elderly sewer, same.
yep.
United Services.
Services.
Yeah. No, that one I would cut back. What did we fund them last year? 2,000. I would do.
2,000.
I would do the same
2,000.
this year.
I would
I'd go
agree with
back to
that.
it too.
I would
Right.
do that, but I don't see Day Kimball Homemaker.
Yeah, I know, that's not there. That's
I
what I
would-
said earlier. I think we
Their
were missing
request
that.
was for 1,000.
2,000. Let me just see, I got it right here. Let me just double check, but I was pretty sure it was 2,000.
I'm just going off from memory.
Yeah. I mean, they're new. I think they'll be happy with receiving anything from us. Oh, no, I had it here. Where is it? Okay, here it is. 2,000.
I would definitely add that in. But maybe we could start this year with 1,000.
I would be good with that.
That
That's what I was
seems
kind of
reasonable.
thinking. That seems reasonable to you, Ken?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
They do a very good job, and I know they work on a tight budget and they never turn anyone away for in-home services. So
Right. All right, so I got that. All right, just making my notes. Okay. Teague is Teague, right? No changes
Yeah.
there. TVCCA, if you recall, had asked for an additional $6,000 from our ARPA funds, which are already expended. Oh, wait, it was 5,000. Let me just see.
I would fund them what we had funded them last year.
I would as well. I don't believe they've
That's
resumed the,
TVCC.
Ken, they haven't resumed the dinners at the library
During the day?
during the day. Did they say they had resumed that?
Yeah, they're doing it.
Okay, I didn't think they had. I think he had
Yeah,
quoted,
the
he
cafe
said,
is open.
okay, all right.
The cafe is open.
Well, they
We funded
requested,
them-
they requested 11. And we were 10 last year.
Yeah, I would,
Food
They-
costs have gone up.
I'd give them the 1,000 because of, the cost of food and everything that's going on. I mean, inflation is there. The 5,000, to take out of ARPA funds, I would just take that under advisement. If we happen to have some ARPA funds left, we can always shift something that way if we need to.
Okay.
so they
Suzanne?
requested 11 plus 5 from the ARPA. Okay, that's where we're
Correct.
getting 16,000. So I would agree
Yes.
with Ken. We could keep the 11,000 in there
Yep.
and take the 5,000 out. And like Ken said, kind of keep it in the back of your head.
Got it. I will make note of that. Town scholarship, oh, I'm sorry, community kitchens.
Community kitchens.
Ask
that-
for an increase of 500.
I would keep that in too.
I would too. It's a good
Yeah.
service and with all of the prices rising, I think the need is going to be even greater. So. Ken, you're good with that too?
I'm good with it.
Okay, Turtle Out Town Scholarship, keep that at 1,000, I'm
Stays.
assuming. Let's see,
Yep,
miscellaneous
stays there.
programs. Okay, these are all the little ones. Sexual Assault Crisis Center, we always give 100. Quinnipiac Valley Senior Center, we've given 100 in the past. They requested 1,000. Access Agency's request was 1,000. In the past, we've given them 2,000 for the no freeze shelter, and I was kind of confused as to why they didn't request the 3,000. I'm happy just to give them their request.
Well,
That's kind of-
I thought, didn't we give that to Teague and Teague passes that on to Access?
No, we gave it directly to
Yeah.
Access. So. I think I would, if it was me, I would give $100 to the QVSC, the senior center. And then Access Agency and Last Green Valley, I would
Stay
give
the
them
same.
both those requests. Last Green Valley. I think we
What's
did
the
them.
Quinnebog Valley Senior Center do for the town of Thompson?
I don't think there's many, because we have a pretty strong senior programs. Some of our seniors may go there, but I don't think they do. I don't think they have a wide attendance from Thompson. If I remember from when Linda came and spoke a couple years ago, there wasn't a wide attendance of our Thompson residents, but I can be
A few
corrected.
people do go.
I
And
would,
last Green Valley in the past, we've only given 100. But they do Walktober, and that brings a lot of people through our town. So it's a pretty good organization, I think, but.
I would say to QVSC that maybe we could fund them for $250 or $200.
Ken?
I'm just trying to, I'm looking up to see what we funded them in years past.
My book says 100.
Access Agency is such a good agency, and there are so many individuals from Thompson that use their services.
Oh, and I will say QV, the senior center in Quinnebog actually, or the Quinnebog Valley Senior Center, we actually gave them $50. Is what's listed in the budget book last year.
That's for the QV thing, right?
Yeah, for the senior center in Danielson.
Yeah, we were giving them a token amount.
Yeah. All right, so Suzanne, what did you say? I said 100 for the sexual assault, 100 for Quinnebog Valley Senior Center, 1,000 for access, and 500 for Last Green Valley. What do you say?
What did you say we gave Last Green Valley last time?
100.
I would agree to like 250 for Last Green Valley, and access I would not touch. And
Oh, no,
QV
definitely.
QV
1,000.
Quinnebog Valley Senior Center, I would give maybe 200.
What did you say for Green Valley, Last Green Valley, 200?
Yeah, access
Double-
agency, I wouldn't touch. Last Green Valley, I would do like 250. Sexual assault, I wouldn't touch.
All right. So 250, no, 200 for senior center, you're
This is
saying.
why we gotta stop.
Yeah, I know. We'll stop
it's
after
getting to
this
be-
one. This will be the last
Going to
one
be
we
a
do.
long day.
Yeah, this will be the last one we do.
Sexual assault, 100.
Yep.
QVSC,
200.
200.
Access 1,000.
And Last Green Valley, I would give 250.
Ken, what do you think? Well, we're gonna vote on it if you think we should, I'm good with that. It's not my numbers, but that's okay.
I can live with it.
Yeah, me too. All right, so this is, I'm just writing it all down.
Yeah, me too.
And then, access. And,
And then we're gonna add in Day Kimball Homemakers.
yeah, I did that on the previous line,
Okay.
so. All right, so that's it for general services. Just hold on just one second. Veterans service, just quickly because it's quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll end here because
'Cause-
again, he'll have the 3%.
Yeah,
And that's it.
yeah.
He did say, he did
Yeah, there
tell
was no-
Marie that he serves about 50 to 70 veterans every year. On a varying basis, but about 50 to 70 in total he has contact with.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob does a great job.
All right, so on that note, we gotta make a motion on these,
Yep.
we want to do each one because,
I think you could do it as a group if you list them. I mean, I'm
I
fine
just-
with that. Are you okay with that, Ken?
but if we're not
I'm good with
unanimous,
it.
okay,
Oh, that's true.
so let's,
Okay, so we were in agreement about the increases, correct?
yeah, let me run through them and see if what we're in agreement on, and then we'll do a big motion. And then if there's contention on any of them, we'll do a separate. The
That's what I was thinking.
3%, the 3% on the part-time salaries. We were
I
all
agree.
pretty much in agreement, right?
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
The $1,000 increase on the second and the third selectmen seats. Good.
Yes.
That one,
Well, we're not doing anything with that. You put it in there, we're not changing it.
Oh, I put it in, but we didn't present it. We didn't present it in the go. I threw that in because I wanted to remember. So in the initial department head budget, it wasn't there. Because that would have had to come from both of you. So I did it for you.
Okay,
I'm going to make that motion. If we think it's contentious, we'll take a vote on that one. How about that? We'll take a vote on that one.
I'm gonna let the Board of Finance decide what they want to do with that one.
But we have
and
to,
I agree with that.
do you think we don't
So
have
I
to
don't
make
think
the
we
change?
even need to take a vote. You can just send it off to them because that's,
Okay.
that's
You don't
my
want to
opinion.
vote, you don't want to vote on your own raise.
No, that's,
No,
Gotcha.
of course not.
Okay. All right. The next one is the administrator position.
we can
Um,
vote on that one separately because I think we had differences of opinions.
okay. So we're not going to vote
Well,
on
I think
this.
we were all in agreement that it's the direction to go. I think the only disagreement was the time frame to implement it, but that was it.
Okay. So let's shoot for it and put it in the budget. And if the Board of Finance votes it out, then they vote it out.
Right.
All right. And we'll be reducing the first selectman's salary by 10,000 for the first year, but we'll work out those details. I guess we probably have to have it all spelled out.
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay.
Yeah,
tax-
and if you're gonna reduce that salary, that would be contingent upon hiring a the town administrator.
Right,
When that comes in, then that salary gets adjusted.
okay.
But we're talking about putting it in this budget that we're working on right now. So it would make sense to reduce,
Yes,
yeah,
but
yeah, with
but
the
you also-
understanding.
yes, but you also have to remember, if you're reducing one, you're gonna add it to another.
Yeah, let's keep that vote, let's keep that as a separate vote.
Okay,
Okay, so right now I have the 3% part-time salary and tax collector reducing the legal and the travel lines to $5 as a placeholder.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
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 No opposition there.
Keeping the school security project staff or the projects flat at 60,000.
So that's a reduction of 15.
Reduction of 15, yes.
Okay.
Do you think, Ken, do you want that to go up as a separate vote?
I'm good with it.
Okay, just as a bulk, okay. Removing $9,000 from the vet services line in the animal control department.
Yeah,
We're good with that. Okay. Appropriating $2,000 towards United Services from the 6,000. I don't think I have to say that, right? I'll just have to say that we're going to contribute, or we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to say what we're going to provide. $2,000.
What we're gonna fund those line items at, I think.
Yep. I what?
What we're going to fund those line items at, the dollar amount.
So, okay, so United Services, we said 2,000, Daycare
Correct.
Homemakers, 1,000,
Correct,
PVCCA, 11,000.
correct.
Sexual Assault Crisis Center, 100, Quinnamog Valley Senior Center, 200, Access Agency, 1,000, and the last Green Valley, 250.
Correct.
Okay,
yep.
and those were changes to what was initially proposed or
So
requested.
we're all in agreement on all of the changes?
Yep, the only one that we need to vote on separately is going to be the administrator position, because we might want to get the right wording for that.
Okay,
All right. So all in one motion, I make a motion that we make the following changes to the department proposed budget as presented. Increase by 3% all part-time and stipend positions or salaries.
non-union.
non-union. Reduce the legal and travel line items in the tax collector's department to $5. Reduce the school security project from the request of 75,000 to 60,000, a reduction of $15,000. To remove $9,000 out of vet services in the animal control department, bringing it to $1,000. And appropriating to United Services $2,000, Day Kimball Homemakers $1,000, TVCCA $11,000, the Sexual Assault Crisis Center $100, Quinnipiac Valley Senior Center $200, Access Agency $1,000, and the Last Green Valley $250. I make that motion.
Okay, second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on these changes to the initial proposed budget? Okay, all in favor of this motion, say aye.
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 Aye. All right. Now let's talk about how we're going to word this, administrators. Maybe we don't need to hash out the details.
We don't. We just need to
I-
make a motion that we add to the selectmen's budget the position of town administrator.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll make that motion that we add to the first selectman's budget, or the department, first selectman's department, the position of town administrator.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any discussion on this line item or this new position? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of adding the position of town administrator to the first selectman department, say aye.
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 All right, and that motion passes.
Amy, can you just tell me again, what does the Putnam Town Administrator make?
135,000.
And Barney makes as first
He
selectman
said 42,
42 and 130, right?
135.
Yep.
35, sorry, brain dead. Okay,
You're looking at 175.
Right.
Well,
but that's two.
177. Yeah.
yeah,
Total
but I
two
wouldn't,
positions.
I wouldn't suggest that our first selectman make 42,000.
No, I think 10.
No, I'm just adding up the numbers that
Yeah.
total.
No,
for
right.
them.
All
I
right.
honestly, when I was Googling today, I was very shocked at how, I thought town administrators made a lot more than that,
I guess you have to be in a big city.
I guess.
Yeah. All right. Make a motion. We adjourn at 6:30 PM.
Second.
Okay. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Aye. All
And we're
right,
on at 3 o'clock tomorrow, right?
3 o'clock tomorrow.
All
Stay
right.
safe. Are
Have a
you
good
driving
night.
tomorrow? Are you, Suzanne, do you have to
No, I
drive anywhere?
canceled no, I'm not traveling. I'll travel next Tuesday, I think it is. Or one day next week, yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
great.
work from home.
I think there's a good chance we could get through a lot of this tomorrow, but let's keep it a little short since it is a Friday.
Sure. Well, we're starting a little bit earlier too.
A little earlier, so I think 2 hours and we should be able to go through at least all the line items pretty
Excellent.
readily.
Yeah, I mean, because we have no control over the revenue line.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's capital that we might get hung up on a minute, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I don't think so, but we'll
No?
see.
I have to look through it again.
Oh, do you want to see it before we leave while you're here? You should
Well-
be able to see, you should be able to see it on your side. So tell me if you don't. All of the capital is put in.
Did I close that screen?
No,
I did. I don't remember seeing it earlier, and I was trying to find, so I'll look tonight.
So you should go to I'm just going to
Yeah.
show you, go to the home page
Yeah, okay.
and these should come up. All of these should come up. If you're not seeing these, please tell me and I'll
Can
try to
you
get
give
it
me a quick
fixed.
second? I'm just gonna log in right now.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that I am, because today earlier, it really wasn't working for me, and I think I just need a little more playtime. And you're going in, okay, I'm at the home.
Yep, you clicked on the home
Yep.
and it should
then
look
where
like
did you go?
this.
Yes.
So recent, well, it says recently viewed, but there should be something there.
So capital proposed.
Capital proposed.
See, I don't have that.
Mine looks different.
Do you see them though, or no?
Well, I have,
No, in mine, I've got FY 2023 original budget and FY 23 department head proposed.
that's what I have.
Oh, and you're not seeing the capital? Okay, one sec.
Well, let me see if I,
Wait, I might have to make you, nope, that's not it.
No, don't have it.
All right, let me figure this out. I might have to make you a reviewer of the capital. Hold on.
Yeah, we don't have access to it.
yeah, see, I wasn't going nuts. You all budget.
No, you're not.
Nope, I didn't, I thought it was me and I was
All right.
thinking I was not able to use this correctly and I was getting a little frustrated, but no, I,
It says we're subscribed to it.
Right,
And we're subscribed to the operational and the digital budget book.
all right. let me
But
just-
the only thing that we get anything of that we can access is the operational budget.
Okay. All right. Let me try to figure this out.
So,
All right, I'm gonna try to figure it out tonight. I'll work
Okay.
on it.
all
And
right,
figure out
Yeah.
how to make you guys reviewers of it.
yep.
'cause I
good.
can't
I'm
really
glad it
make you
wasn't
a-
just me.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm
No worries.
trying.
No worries.
All right, I'm gonna send them a message now, and try to get this straightened out by tomorrow. Before
Yeah,
tomorrow. Do
they're
you
gonna
want, so just so that you see though, this is what we're looking at while you're here. Whoops, I gotta go back to editor. The 1909 building, which is income in and paid out. They're looking to do the wheelchair lift and fixing the steps.
Amy,
Yeah, but
we adjourned our meeting and,
Okay, I
Yeah,
can't show
so
you
you-
these just so that you see them.
yeah,
yeah,
I
there's
won't
only.
talk about them.
No, it's
Just-
fine. But just get us access. It'll make it easier.
Yeah, I know. Okay. But it's not crazy. It's not a crazy amount.
so
So,
Amy, if you cannot, maybe you can export it into a Word document or a spreadsheet and send it to us so we can look through it well, tomorrow.
I'm gonna try to do that right now.
I don't know how that works.
A report builder. I will try that.
All right,
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
all right, bye.
Quick
Bye.
question, Amy.
Good night.
Yep. Yeah, Marie.
Would you please send the recording to me today?
Yes, I definitely will.
Perfect, thank you.
Good night,
You're
Marie.
welcome.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, we can stop the recording.